Back to Studio 10. Well, over time, the way police officers do their jobs has stayed pretty consistent. They combat crime. But in the 21st century, there's a new mindset in law enforcement community, and it's the topic of this weekend's Perspectives with Eric Reynolds. Eric is here this morning to explain more. Good morning.
Hey, good morning again.
We're excited that you're here. Now, we are talking about policing in the 21st century. Looking back, even just 10 years ago, it's changed so much for the better.
Yeah, it has changed dramatically. Think about it now. We're at 2020, so we are 2 decades, 20 years into the 21st century. So, you know, it all sort of comes together when you think about it from that perspective. But law enforcement is now looking at what they do in a new, they call a new mindset, where they are combining technology with what they do. And of course, now you've got your social media platforms. The computer is so involved in everything we do every day. Your cell phone is basically a computer in your hand now. So they're using all of this technology to do a better job of keeping us safe. And most importantly, their goal is to try and prevent crime, not resolve it after the fact. And so this is one way that technology is making a difference.
Right, so definitely keep that in mind. It is really neat. I know we've talked on the show before about our surveillance cameras at home, how much that can help police, even in just petty crimes with people coming up to your porch and things like that. So definitely keep that in mind. But this also brings me back to a story that we've been talking about for the past couple months now, the murder of the South Alabama professor. How they caught those criminals was because of the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, that's right. The technology and how once you start emitting a signal and you're on a platform, then it opens it up to law enforcement to find a way to, if they're looking for certain types of crimes where they are basically gathering data. And so in that data they gathered, they were able to track that. And then, of course, one of the things that happened in the last 3 months last year was a situation with the threats for a couple of our schools, a middle school and a high school. And through this new cyber technology platform, they were able to prevent something from possibly happening, whether a shooting or some other type of, could it be a tragic event at one of our schools? Yeah,
it's so important to keep our children safe in our schools. We hear of so many tragedies weekly, it seems like these days. But I want to talk about who you're talking to on the show. We've got a couple members of school boards talking about it.
Well, indeed. We've got, of course, Commander Kevin Levy, who is over the Gulf Coast Technology Center and our Cyber Technology Division unit there with the Mobile Police Department, and one of his cyber specialists, Jeremiah Moody. And then the Technology Center's concept is we partner with private and educational institutions as well as other law enforcement agencies. And so Andy Gatewood, who's the Director of Security for Mobile County Public Schools, is also joining us on the discussion because we talked about that event that happened with the schools, and that's Andy's mission, is to prevent things from happening on our campuses. And so that's how they work together with the technology, and combined with the other law enforcement agencies throughout our area, it's an awesome way of keeping the community safer. And this all started with Director James Barber back in 2013, looking at some ways of improving the policing effort. And this is how it all evolved. And by 2015, we had our first cyber unit here in Mobile.
Wow, so we're really all a team just working to keep each other safe. So keep that in mind. This is vital information. Where can they watch and when Perspectives with Eric?
Tomorrow morning, it is Friday, right? Yes, tomorrow morning, Saturday at 9, right here on Fox 10, right after Asha Staples and Matt Barentine with the Saturday Morning News. And of course, we're there for half an hour. If you happen to miss it, don't forget you can catch it on YouTube as well as our website after the program is aired.
Yeah, Eric, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Of course, and we will have all that information on our website, fox10tv.com, and all those links as well. When we come back with more Studio 10, we are back in the kitchen with O'Charlie's. We're finishing up that classic Eggs Benedict. You don't want to miss it.